There is one singular man on this Pinterest board. It is not anyone who's ever been a past boyfriend. My boobs have not changed size since maybe grade 10, but I did try on a 5-carat diamond and it was insane. Hey guys, what's up? It's Lauren. Welcome back to my channel. In the spirit of recent events, of going ring shopping with my boyfriend, and yes, you did hear that right, and yes, we all need to remain calm. I have been using Pinterest, as one does, to peruse different styles of rings and wedding related things in case, like in the future, I might need wedding related things. Again, we're staying totally calm. And in this process, what I did not realize is that at some point in like 2011, maybe 2012, I had a whole wedding dedicated Pinterest board that has been forgotten. And so I dusted off the cobwebs, and today we are gonna expose my 10-year-old dream wedding inspired Pinterest board. And also, this whole video is just for fun, so by no means do I think any of these wedding related items are ugly or of bad taste. It's just been so interesting to see how much my style has or has not changed over the past decade. I don't know why I continue to expose myself like this on the internet, but let's get started. Okay, first impression is honestly very highly tasteful. And obviously I've skimmed over this Pinterest board. It's basically antique at this point, it's vintage. And that's what inspired this video, is being like, oh my god, I completely forgot that I had this. Okay, so rings. Let's start with the ring section. I have always been a gold wearer, so rings, necklaces, bracelets have all, actually, you know what, these are rose gold. But for the most part, I've always been a gold wearer, so there was never really any doubt that I wouldn't be doing gold. I will say, I have been trying on a handful of platinum rings, and bitch, I'm gonna be honest, those got me feeling real bougie. So for like real world rings, again, staying calm, staying super calm. I've still got a few decisions to make in terms of like what I think looks best on my hand. What is definitely not on my Pinterest board is like a pave band. Again, feeling real bougie. So I still have to decide if I like a gold band or a pave band better. But if I go with a plain band, it literally is going to look almost exactly like all of these gold rings on my board. There's a few photos here that obviously have like different diamond shapes, but for whatever reason, even in 2012, I knew that the round circle diamond that was just like a solitaire set was always gonna kind of be my style. You're gonna see that there's a lot of like educational infographics, which I don't know why I think is so funny. I feel like I was just arming myself with knowledge back in 2012 for like future me. This one here is like emerald, princess, cushion, oval, pear, round, marquise cut. And here we've got like a carat guide of how many carats and like how big the diamond looks. Also, I tried on a 5-carat diamond ring. Again, feeling bougie, and it was way too big for my hand, but I did try on a 5-carat diamond and it was insane. So yeah, honestly, like nothing really has changed here. Like I would be happy with any of these rings. I would say this one is probably the closest to what I'm thinking. Again, going back and forth between like a gold band and a pave band, but this is oddly very similar. I was hilariously in a donut phase, apparently, for what kind of dessert I wanted at my wedding. Like, this is so funny to me. There's not a wedding cake. There's not like actual regular like entrees. The only food item on this Pinterest board are donuts. And like, do I like donuts? Yeah, like who doesn't like a donut? Like everyone likes a donut, but like, do I have some kind of hardcore emotional attachment to donuts? No? This is just so random that I have very specifically and intentionally only donut images of donut bars in weddings. I'm not against it, but I was obviously on a one-track mind here for just donuts. I will say, like, thinking now about all the weddings that I've been to in the last couple years, or I mean, I guess just like this past year, hasn't been a single donut. And then I think the wedding that I went to like 6 years ago maybe had a donut bar. Oh, I wonder if that's what inspired this affinity towards having a donut bar at my wedding. Okay, dresses. I feel like this is the most fun section. There's a few on here that I know for a fact were only added maybe 5-6 years ago, because there is this wedding brand called Berta, and finding this glitter dress quickly made it my favorite wedding dress brand of all time. And like, have I even looked at other ones? Like, no, not really. I haven't had a reason to, but like in my mind, I've always been like, oh yeah, like Berta's my absolute favorite. Berta's my go-to. I'm totally gonna get married in a Berta. And you know what? I came out of the womb being a type A planner, so like this is not surprising to me whatsoever. But yeah, I found this glitter dress and like I love the corset style that really has not changed whatsoever. We've done a few videos now, I feel like, on this channel of like trying on different wedding dresses, and this has almost always consistently been my favorite style. I think because I'm small chested that this style of like the bodice corset area is so flattering for little tiny boobies. So these glitter dresses were not added like a crazy long time ago. Had I gotten married like 5 years ago in this dress, I definitely wouldn't have regretted it. I definitely was going through like a boho dress stage as well too. And it's just so funny to me because at no point have I ever been a bitch that's been outdoorsy. I've never frolicked through a field. I literally break out in hives taking 10 steps through tall grass. Like there is no world where I could be a boho queen. Like these dresses are absolutely beautiful though. I don't know if the whole lacy vibe is for me anymore. I feel like, again, these are just like a little too boho, I guess. I actually love this one that has the open back. Again, take me out of the field. Take me way out of the field. But I do love like how long that train is and the big open back. I think that's really, really pretty. I don't know if I intentionally thought about this, but a few of these dresses have sleeves. Like a few of them have full length sleeves. Another one has like a down to the elbow sleeve. I definitely don't want a sleeve. Like I know that for sure, don't want a sleeve. I'm sure my mom would love me to cover up my tattoos on my wedding day, but I definitely don't want a sleeve. So that has for sure changed. This veil is stunning. A bitch had taste back in 2012. I also have not decided if I envision myself wearing a veil or not. There's so many like veil friendly hairstyles that are so pretty, but like definitely haven't landed on a decision there. And then there's this other section that's like wildly classy. I'm kind of all over the place. It's a little confusing. Like this one here is so classy. There's not a single bit of glitter, not a single fabric of lace. I can't imagine myself in that dress 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and I also can't really imagine myself in that dress now. I feel like I need like a little more, pizzazz is not the right word, but it's the only word that I can think of, but I feel really cheesy using the word pizzazz, so I'm not gonna take it back. But does that make sense? This one here is so classy. This train is incredible. I think based on trying on some of the other dresses in past videos, I've learned quite a lot. Because seeing this dress now, I'm like, oh, like this dress is not going to allow you to really enjoy the donut bar that I obviously am going to have at my wedding because it's so fitted and so tight. Like I love the train of it. I think it's so pretty to have like that mermaid flow at the bottom. But I think I like when it cuts in at the waist here and flares out more like the glitter dress, because I'm looking at this and I'm like, ooh, that looks like an uncomfortable situation if you were, again, to eat 1, 2, 4, 5 donuts and feel really bloated. This next section is like wedding decor / inspiration for engagement, announcement, and save the dates. And this whole section just screams 2012 to 2014. Tumblr, I feel like, was the era of the balloons. And like, obviously a balloon can't go out of style and a balloon can't be like off trends. It's a balloon. But I just remember how like aesthetic balloons were on Tumblr in this era. So obviously I was wildly inspired. Definitely a few like boho vibes, some shabby chic with this like wood palette. I think it's still really cute. It's definitely not my style anymore. I apparently was super into like writing on the bottoms of shoes, which I think is cute. I feel like now a lot of people are doing like engraving onto the inner parts of their rings. Customization, I feel like, will always and forever be really popular for wedding stuff, but I had a thing for the bottoms of shoes. Jeremy and I both have absolutely horrendous writing, so there's just no world where this is an option for us, but I love that for Mrs. Jones. These like light drawing photos, I feel like, were also so popular. Oh my god, I actually have a photo that I took in 2011/2012 in my dorm room of my freshman year in university. I remember thinking that I was a photographer when I learned how to do this. Sparkler tunnels will always and forever photograph so well, and I would totally do a sparkler tunnel. It also just kills me like how much I was already planning for the planning of the wedding planning. All these infographics are so funny, but also like still wildly helpful, and these are timeless. First up, we've got some wedding dress necklines. And again, I think because my boobs have not changed size since maybe grade 10, my preferences probably have not changed that much. I feel like I've always been into the sweetheart neckline, the plunging neckline. I've got nothing to plunge down to, but I still really like that shape. Off the shoulder, I've always been drawn to. And asymmetrical, I feel like asymmetrical came back. Like 10 years ago, asymmetrical was like super popular, and I feel like it's back. Nothing has really changed. Trends all come back, and it's kind of terrifying. We have a 12-month guide for everything that needs to be planned, the timeline, what to do 6 weeks before, the marriage license, 1 month is your bachelorette party, your bridal shower, you gotta choose your vendors 10 months before, purchase wedding bands 6 months before. There's a lot of logistics happening here, and I understand why you need an infographic. I was planning for the planning of the wedding planning, and nothing has changed. Another helpful infographic of different wedding day hairstyles. I don't even know if I really looked at these before I put this on my Pinterest board. It was just like, oh, like so many options. Again, can't wait to plan this. And now I've got this helpful infographic to plan for the wedding planning. But there's some really pretty hairstyles here. And I feel like a lot of like the half up, half down, just like the classic curl or the classic blowout, like nothing has really changed. I do see one fishtail braid on here that I feel like fishtailing was so popular, like 5-10 years ago, maybe 8 years ago. And again, like a fishtail braid is always gonna be a cute braid style, but I feel like it was having a moment 5 to 10 years ago. I keep avoiding saying the word decade because that makes it seem so long ago. For some reason, the word decade is kind of paining me a little bit, and I choke every time. Another helpful infographic, the table seating plan, which is in French. This is fully just in French. Avec piste de danse. Yeah, literally saying with a dance floor. This is so funny. Again, inspired by some of the weddings that I've been to recently, and just like having gone to weddings over the past, again, decade. I think that I've decided that I want to just do something really small and intimate, like 20 people, maybe like 20 to 30 people, and then just like the next day or the next weekend throw just like a big ass party. It just feels really stressful, and another thing to worry about, to having to like feed that many people, to have alcohol for that many people, to like do seating charts and pick who sits next to who and who doesn't like who and who has maybe slept with who and are like lovers or whatever. That all seems very stressful, and I have a really small family, as does Jeremy. So like if we were, again, to go down that path and get married and have a wedding, I think we both have agreed that like we would just do something really, really small for like the ceremony, and then the party afterwards could just be like a big ass party. So loved this for me a decade ago, but don't think I will be needing this moving forward. And here's the finale. There is one singular man on this Pinterest board. It is not anyone who's ever been a past boyfriend. It is Chris Evans. So my all-time favorite rom-com, wildly underrated, is the movie What's Your Number? That was my all-time favorite movie, released in 2011. Before he was Captain America, before he was one of the brothers in Knives Out, Chris Evans was the heartthrob of What's Your Number? And I will stand by that as one of my #1 man crushes. So congratulations, Chris Evans, you are the singular sole male on my Pinterest board. That wasn't horrible. Things have definitely changed for sure. Chris Evans has not changed at all. So sorry, Jeremy. I would say that I would pin maybe 10% of this Pinterest board onto my new one. I feel like 10% feels like a good percentage because things have definitely changed, as they should, over a decade's worth of time. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was really fun for me to go down a Pinterest memory lane. I would love to hear about your weddings or weddings you've been to, and also all of the donut bars you've eaten from. I would love to hear about all of that. So let me know in the comments down below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Join the Discord if you have not already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.